here tonight. Iowa State in those all Cardinal roadies with the gold trim. And Tuesday night basketball in the Big 12 is underway as UCF, a dramatic finish last time out, 61-60 victory. Stedman, her shot fired. One of the seniors we mentioned, she was off the mark. We talked about Iowa State, BJ, they losing to Baylor last time out as the thievery here from Castagna. And now Peterson on the push, and Peterson to the 10, and the scoring underway here for UCF.
That's where UCF found success over the weekend in their win against Texas Tech. 19 points off turnovers for the Knights.
67-52, Iowa State would fall on Saturday from Waco. As downstairs trying to find Crooks, having some difficulties with it, and empty possessions here for Iowa State back-to-back. As your number 3 here for head coach Satia Messer, as her ladies have won their past 3 home matchups, including last time out the thriller against Texas Tech. Now Nay Brown, she'll step into a 3-way short. And now on the push, here comes Addie Brown, the talented sophomore for Iowa State.
Table setter for the Cyclones. The Knights got to make sure they have awareness on her at all times. Right there, gets in the paint, throws a little right-hand hook.
There's a double-figure score coming in at 14 and a half. Addie Brown, part of the all-freshman team a season ago for Iowa State. Peterson frees herself up. And again, it'll come down here to Iowa State and Addie Brown, and now quickly the other way. Emily Ryan, one of the best point guards in the Big 12. Down it comes into Crooks and is able to get a little separation there from Kai Nagodu.
Yeah, extremely patient when Crooks receives the ball in the paint. Isn't going to rush, going to create an angle for herself to go up and finish each and every time. The best way to defend Audie Crooks is not allow her to receive the basketball close to the rim.
Heel of the iron for Peterson. She comes off a 20-point performance in the victory against Texas Tech. Did not play against Iowa State, BJ, the first time these two teams met. In fact, UCF had just 7 players as the stroke from downtown, Ariana Jackson.
Jackson, a 39% three-point shooter from deep in conference play. More than capable. If you go under those screens, she will knock down a triple.
Nay Brown, does she have an answer? Offensive rebound, Nagodu, Knights play on. Castagna, she'll try a triple, in and out.
Seen a good look for Peterson as well as Castagna right there. The Knights just unable to make a couple good looks on that end of the floor.
As UCF just one of their first 7 in the meantime. Here's Addie Brown flicking it up and flicking it in as a 9-0 run here for the Cyclones.
That's what makes her so difficult to defend is her size. Once she gets around the rim, playing the point guard position at 6'2", she's usually defended by smaller players, which allows her to go up and over the top.
And now Nay Brown looking to go to work. Nagodu, she'll fire the mid-range and hit. Kyla Nagodu, the sophomore from Fort Lauderdale.
Much improved shooter in that 15 to 17-foot area is Nagodu. Has gotten really comfortable in those pick and pop situations.
3.5 minutes here into the basketball game. Down it comes to Crooks. Nagodu on her. The step back is short. And now UCF in transition. This is what they want to do, BJ.
Yeah, absolutely. Caleb Peterson, nobody better than her in transition. A little out of control on that last shot attempt.
And the Knights continuing to struggle here from the field, just 1 of 7. There after that initial score. He's again trying to find Crooks. Instead, driving in is Jackson, and the reversal. Ariana Jackson, the sophomore, and head coach Satia Messer wants a timeout. As here with 5:53 left to play opening quarter, Iowa State aflame here has a 7-point advantage as the Cyclones are going to come out on the road and get their second victory against the Knights.
Hey, Kieran, you're clear.
Vamos. This is incredible. Carrie Abello looks 100% as she passes through the leading edge rehab center. Our surgeons aren't the only ones honing their skills today. 7 floors dedicated exclusively to orthopedics and spine, and she can't be stopped on any of them. Just the goalie to beat. But wait.
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
Everything you thought you knew is brand new.
We on a new wave. This ain't what it was.
See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12. Now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
Big Rails, just pulling the chopper. JJ Winner knocks down another three-pointer. Finds some momentum here in the third. They cut it to a one-possession game. It's a scoring finish right now. I love the Big 12.
Hey, Carrie, you're clear.
Vamos.
This is incredible. Carrie Abello looks 100% as she passes through the leading edge rehab center. Our surgeons aren't the only ones honing their skills today. 7 floors dedicated exclusively to orthopedics and spine, and she can't be stopped on any of them. Just the goalie to beat. But wait.
Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute. Choose well.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens the door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those who dare to invent the future.
Cyclones with the 7-point advantage. A senior night from Orlando. For more on that, here is our Danielle Strong.
Yeah, Scott, as you know, tonight is senior night, and I got to ask Acho about more of her memories, favorite memories with these seniors. And she said, driving in the car with KP and Taylor, Lucy, who is her roommate, Allie, who is basically the team's photographer, and Novea, who she got to host on her UCF visit. And she said, being able to play on our home court for one last time is giving this team another reason to come and play hard tonight. And BJ, what was your senior night like here at UCF?
Oh, extremely memorable, Danielle. We had a top 25 matchup against Cincinnati, and it was very important to seal all the way into the NCAA tournament with that win that night. So a special moment for our group, special moment for these seniors here this afternoon, this evening, better said, and I'm sure there's nothing they want more than to come out on top tonight.
The freshman Emily Rodriguez with the jumper was good for UCF. Misfiring is Emily Ryan. Iowa State will play on with the offensive rebound. As they're 5 for their first 7. Down inside it comes to Williams. That one going to be contested as the other freshman for the Knights, Chandler Roberts, was down in the paint. As Coach Satia Messer out of the timeout, BJ electing to bring in what would typically be those starters. And Emily Rodriguez here, the freshman for the Knights, able to get the short corner jumper.
It's a nice setup right there from Hogan Chandler Roberts to find Emily Rodriguez, a player who's had an up and down freshman season, but all in all has still been one of the more productive nights, especially on the offensive end of the floor.
Well, Coach Messer, she's been extremely happy, and the rest of this coaching staff. They're starting to get personnel back here at the close of the regular season into the conference tournament, which will be taking place next week. We mentioned Emily Rodriguez. There was a bout in which she was out for about 7-8 games, as was the case with Summer Yancey, who just came back in the victory against Texas Tech. As driving in, Addie Brown taking a caught there all the way to the hole. She's got 6 points already.
Yeah, no stranger to physicality. Addie Brown once again uses that left shoulder, gets into the body of a Cott, allows her to finish at the rim.
Here's the quick skip. It's Peterson. She'll attack. Peterson driving into the lane and gets the Orange to roll in. A little hesitation move initially, and then was able to beeline into the hole.
Some of the best body control in college basketball Caitlin Peterson possesses.
So Audie Crooks on the bench right now for head coach Bill Fenley. Emily Ryan, she's going to take the shot, and she's going to get, as Emily Ryan was initially looking for another Cyclone. They played off of her, and she recognized.
Yeah, the third best offensive threat for the Cyclones behind Crooks and Brown. 11 points, about 5 assists per game. Emily Ryan, consistently productive for the Cyclones.
Catch and fire glass work for Caitlin Peterson as the wing three, kissing it up quickly there off the window.
You think she called glass, or a little bit of luck there?
Well, if you're a scorer like Caitlin Peterson,
you got to give her the benefit of the doubt, right?
She's made that shot numerous times before, not with the glass, of course. Quick answer on the other end. Emily Ryan quickly now here, the Knights jumping up into the forecourt as Brown firing and can't get it to drop as Ariana Jackson now at the controls here for Iowa State. 19-10 on the season, 10-6 in the Big 12. And BJ currently listed as one of those first four teams out in the latest bracketology.
Yeah, very meaningful game here for Iowa State as Caitlin Peterson's going to cut the passing lane.
One woman to beat is Peterson challenging, and Peterson count the bucket. Little hoop, little harm for the woman they call KP.
Once again, a perfect example of the body control that Caitlin Peterson has. You're going to see this explosion up the court, and then so good at getting to the body of the defense, getting those eyes up on the backboard, and finishing through the contact.
BJ Peterson looks like a woman possessed here tonight thus far. She looks like she's got a little glimmer in her eyes. She's playing pretty focused thus far.
And, you know, we could say that, but she plays like that every night, Scott. She's going to play hard.
There's 3 decades in aim for Bill Fenley, is trying to get his ladies back to the NCAA tournament for the 4th consecutive year in a row. And he'll bring Audie Crooks back out onto the floor. And Caitlin Peterson here in double figures for the Knights. Again, came in averaging just a hair short of 21 points per game. Dumped down into Crooks is errant.
Iowa State's had a bit of trouble connecting on some of these high-low feeds to Crooks inside. At this juncture of the season, it's not what Coach Fenley wants to see. You kind of want to have those kinks worked out at this point. That's something you see more than non-conference early on in the season.
Hesitation move, Peterson. Cut off, now out to the rookie, Rodriguez. Rodriguez falling away, tough shot, are you kidding me? Emily Rodriguez. As shot clock winding down, fading to her right. Rodriguez off the bench now with 4.
Yeah, used a little bump there to create space for a jumper.
Addie Brown down inside to Crooks, and gonna get a whistle against a Knight as there was Mahogany Chandler Roberts.
You'll see right here, once this ball is swung over to Rodriguez, watch her give a little hip-to-hip bump to create space. Watch, boom, that little space allows her to go up and over the top of Kelsey Jones and make the off-balance leaner. Really mature player to only be a freshman is Emily Rodriguez.
It's really developing into the 3-level scorer here for Satia Messer. I think the next stage in her game is to be able to step out just a little bit deeper, to be able to knock home some of the threes, but you can see her ability to get a shot on her own.
Absolutely, yeah. Become a more consistent three-point shooter and just be more reliable game in and game out. She's ridden a bit of a roller coaster this season, but that's expected for a freshman. When she goes into her sophomore season, we're expecting more steady play night in and night out.
Whistle against Jones, going for the offensive rebound here for Iowa State. Coach Fenley to his bench is into the game for the first time. Lily Hansford, the junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin, comes out onto the floor. Nagodu turnaround shot in the paint. Keeping it alive, Chandler Roberts. And she'll go to work, but step out of bounds on the baseline.
Iowa State fortunate on that last possession. They showed a little bit of a 2-3 zone Gave up the offensive board. Got to box out when you go to a 2-3 zone. One of the major keys.
Ariana Jackson. There's the high-low work, and going to get a whistle against Nagodu.
And the Knights have fought back here, Scott. You got to establish that point. This game started off 11-4 Iowa State early on. It looked like they took control, but now some Kaylin Peterson buckets. She's in double figures. We've seen Emily Rodriguez make a couple tough ones. They've got this thing right back into a 2-point ball game at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, that midway point when Satia Messer called the timeout.
Yeah, changed things.
Catch fire. There's a 3. That's up and good for Ariana Jackson. She's had herself a quarter here thus far. 8 of the 21 points now here for the Cyclones.
Yeah, when Jackson's able to get her feet set, she is an extremely effective outside shooter, and her teammates do a really nice job of finding her.
And 13 points in the victory against UCF back in January. Again, that was nearly a 40-point victory for the Cyclones. Adang Ring goes amongst the trees as a lot of contact, no whistle. As the blockade there. Crooks gets away from Yancey. And now the final 14 seconds here for Iowa State. Crooks spinning. Crooks with the left hand is able to get it to fall.
That's nice.
As Putnam in the spin cycle. Here's the triple lifted. That was a misfire from Lily Hansford. Good look. And EJ, they were extremely effective, Iowa State, in that first half or first quarter, nearly 70% from the field.
Yeah, definitely got the looks they wanted on that side of the ball as Emily Rodriguez is going to be called for the over the back. But Iowa State absolutely got what they wanted offensively. They got Crooks inside. Addie Brown was able to control the game, and also Ariana Jackson was able to tally 8 points there in that first quarter. So a much better first quarter offensively for the Cyclones than they had over the weekend in their loss to Baylor.
Yeah, Bill Fenley's ladies really struggling from distance, just 1 of 14.
Yep.
Down it comes to Crooks. She throws out. Sydney Harris, who's just checked into the game, as hot off the bench is the junior from Edwardsville, Illinois.
All 5 players on the court for Iowa State are excellent passers. The reason why they're top 5 in assists per game in Big 12 play.
Quick skip. Brown, she's got a good look. And there is Addie Brown to come down with the rebound.
And no better passer than Addie Brown. This is a player that no matter what you try to do, you try to speed her up, she will not get sped up. She will set up her teammates and score for herself.
How about the no look to the corner pocket, and there was Lily Hansford to knock home her 10th three-pointer of the season.
Great job of bringing the help, collapsing the defense, and then once again kicking out to Hansford for the open triple.
Cyclones now 3 of 5 from downtown. Again, a very pivotal game here for Iowa State. They've got Kansas State coming up over the weekend. Could ill afford a loss here tonight, especially with their at-large opportunities for the NCAA tournament.
You see, Charlotte Kahn's trying to heat up the ball and speed up Addie Brown, but it just doesn't work. Has such good control and then uses her body at 6'2" to get where she wants on the floor. Able to set up Hansford for that last triple, but we talked about it, Scott. Addie Brown had 7 assists over the weekend. Iowa State's worst offensive game. That's an impressive stat. For your team to shoot 30% and you still are able to tally 7 assists, it makes you a special setup player.
Easy thievery here for Iowa State as the interception by Sydney Harris. Down it comes to Crooks, can't finish with the left hand. The go-to there was to greet her. And now Peterson wants to push. Hesitation, Peterson gets slightly pushed and will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Consistently and routinely, game in and game out, Peterson finds creases in the defense where, in all honesty, I don't think the defensive players imagine she's going to work her way through those creases, right? It's almost a surprise.
How does she get through there?
How does she? Exactly, because against most players, they're not figuring out a way to get through some of those tight gaps, but her burst and her speed as well as her strength in her upper body, allows her to just wiggle her way through cracks that most players don't get through. We sit over here sometimes and wonder how she made it through.
Well, the blur that she is from one end of the floor to the other. She's shot and made more free throws than any other night here on the season, unable to get the second. And a whistle away from the ball, Ngodu, as Crooks.
Yeah, inside. Well, and that's what Kyla Ngodu has to do. She don't want to get called for the fouls, but you have to try to front and get around Audie Crooks, because if she gets deep post position around that restricted area, once she receives the basketball, it's too late to send a double team or defend her one-on-one with any regularity. So you got to fight your way around.
Addie Brown with the triple. Out it comes now, here to Rodriguez, a 3-on-2. Peterson able to wait and then the step through.
And that's what we're talking about, right? Most players, you have your ball, you have your body between the ball and the basket, you're in good position. Against Kaylin Peterson, she just finds a way.
Lured you to the right and then came left with a little bit of a hesitation. As down it comes to Crooks, the rookie on her. And way too easy for Audie Crooks, and that was going to be the challenge here tonight for this UCF front court. Easier said than done. You've already got Ngodu, who's got 2 fouls. She's going to take a seat. That's their best post defender.
Well, you can't defend her one-on-one, as looked like Peterson was going to keep her hot streak going. But you can't defend Crooks one-on-one because she's too strong inside, right? You kind of got to put one in the front, one in the back, but then they have too good of shooters on the floor. You're going to see me get in on the action here. Here we go. After the foul, and she's always ready to make a play over here, Scott.
See, my point guard to my right was able to snare that one from mid-flight.
You know, they say I could have been a wide receiver. A little Justin Jefferson.
Who were they again that said this?
Jamar Chase of the world, A.J. Brown, Super Bowl champion.
But let's get back to they. Who were they that said this?
They've compared me to some of the greats. Tyreek Hills of the world, Stephon Diggs. I've been compared to some of the greats, all right? You saw it. You saw it right there with the hands.
You do have, those are soft.
I got some. I got a good set of mitts on me, man.
Which we could have had a huge collision right there, BJ. Luckily, nobody
Both
got
players are
hurt
up and good,
because an awkward position there for Peterson. 3 fouls now here against UCF. Just under 7 minutes to play before halftime, and now we're going to get a quick stoppage here as Melissa Barlow is going to go initially over there to the scores desk as our crew tonight, Gina Cross, Angelica Suffren, and the aforementioned Barlow, and now Iowa State here in the half court.
Knights going to a 3-2 zone, trying to show a different look, and officiating crew reset the shot clock on that last delay.
And has thought about the 3, Brown. Brown, the teardrop in the lane, and she's going to draw contact. As Addie Brown is such a smart basketball player, just where she is on the floor, just highly skilled.
Highly skilled, extremely competitive. You know, it may not seem like that she's not going to run all over the floor and be moving at lightning speed, but there really isn't a player out on the floor that competes harder and has more tenacity, more edge than Addie Brown.
Emily Rodriguez is going to take a seat for UCF. She now with 2 fouls. And money for Addie Brown. And a 32-19 advantage now here for Iowa State. That's now the largest lead of the contest.
Iowa State showing this matchup zone. Kind of looks like a man-to-man, but just pointing. Whenever you see the fingers pointing in different directions, that's the dead giveaway that it's a zone.
Peterson going to try to break down the defense. Shot clock now at 4. Peterson, that going to be contested and blocked. Emily Ryan all over Caitlin Peterson. Great defense.
Great job of switching there at the end, playing all the way through the shot clock. Made Coach Finley very happy.
Jackson working the reversal. There was the blocked shot by Ashola Cott. And Ashola on the run. Gives now to Peterson. Peterson falling back. Offensive rebound is up, and it is good for Audang Ring. Second chance opportunity for the Knights. Addie Brown driving left, and there was Ring to slide over. A lot of body contact, and back to the free throw line will go Addie Brown.
Nice job of using the ball screen right there from Brown. The dang Ring in that situation, you just want to go vertical and force Addie Brown, a right-handed player, to finish with that left hand from outside of the paint. That would have been a very tough shot for her to make.
Bill Fenley's going to go to his bench as Audie Crooks is going to take a seat with her 7 points and 3 assists here tonight. Iowa State, one of the top free throw shooting teams in the Big 12 collectively. And a hot woman here in this first half has been Addie Brown. There's double figures now here for Brown. And back to the Baker's dozen lead here for Iowa State. Again, they come off the loss against the Baylor Bears over the weekend, trying to bounce back. Peterson, she's going to tee up a 3. Now a long rebound to Ariana Jackson. And we're under 5 here left to play in this opening half from Orlando, a senior night for the Knights. Down it comes to Williams, she'll punch it out. Point guard Ryan, she'll try a triple. And there's Stedman for the rebound. Summer Yancey, a triple. Heel of the iron. Knights just 1 of 9 from distance.
This is where it starts and ends for the Knights, Scott. And over the weekend, it held Texas Tech to 60 points. Defensive end is where the Knights got to be better.
Here's Peterson in transition. This time on the left side as Caitlin Peterson continues her strong effort in this first half. She's got 15 points now for UCF. As the drive in for Addie Brown. She continues to play at a high level. Now a dang Ring.
It looked good. I'm going to be honest with you. It looked good. She starts to develop that shot, but off the fingertips, did not look bad.
Emily Ryan with the spin as the senior able to float it up and in. And right now, Iowa State really flexing their offensive muscles. They've outscored UCF now. Here's 17-7 in the quarter.
64% from the field, 43% from three-point line. Only 5 turnovers. Get a block over there in the corner from Ryan. Some much better offensive output here in this first half, following up how they did this weekend.
As being harassed is Brown. That's going to be a 10-second call. As that elapsing there. And that's going to lead us to a timeout on the floor.
The physicality to really have success around the rim.
Well, and for more on Addie Brown, here is Danielle Strong on the sidelines.
Yeah, Scott, Addie Brown, we know we see her doing her thing tonight, but she also grew up in a basketball family. Her sister Kennedy played D1 at Oregon State and Duke and is now playing overseas. And both of her parents, Mike and Donica, also played college basketball. But one of her favorite memories growing up with her family is filling out that March Madness bracket. She said they would sit in the living room, watch the game, and see who bracket is going to win and make it a competition. You know, BJ, I know your dad, Barry Taylor, was also an athlete. Well, what's some of your favorite memories growing up with him?
Just growing up in a household with not only my dad being a college athlete, but both of my uncles were college football quarterbacks. So just coming from a sports family is amazing because it's not about what sport you play. It's about how hard you compete. All right, you remember that, Scott.
Thanks, Coach.
Take that one with you.
Can I write that one? I can take that. That's a freebie? That's for me.
It's not about
tonight?
what sport you play. It's about how hard you compete.
Well, you saw Addie Brown over there on that sideline getting a little bit of treatment. Potential cramping there in that calf area. They were using the gun. Looks like she's okay. She's going to pop up now over there off Coach Fenley's bench. She'll check in next dead ball. Here's the senior Addie Stedman trying the window. Now the offensive rebound and the putback for the freshman Chandler Roberts. She gets her first score of the contest. 14-point Iowa State advantage.
Knights trying to get organized defensively here, showing a little 1-3-1.
90-56, the Cyclones got the W down in Ames back in January. Way too easy. Audie Crooks as finding the open woman. And they're one of the best in the biz at scoring around the bucket.
If that 1-3-1 gets spread out, Scott, it's just a lot of angles to throw the ball directly underneath the rim. Iowa State has more than a plethora of passers that will find those opportunities.
Shot clock now at 6. Brown's got to recognize, crosses up. Brown just loses it.
Too much.
And Iowa State will take over. It's just the 4th turnover here of the evening for UCF. In the final, now 83 seconds. Catch and fire, the triple from Harris, and splash it goes. That was all nylon. Her 51st three-point make of the season.
Great confidence right there. Fades off that pin down screen, gets her feet set, knocks it down.
Draw and kick. Ring will try a triple. That one way Aaron hits the side of the backboard. And we're under a minute to play now here. This opening half of basketball from Orlando.
The first one she took was at the top of the key as Harris almost on the line for another one.
And the offensive rebound by Hansford loses it. And last touched here by, I believe to be UCF. It's going to stay here with the Cyclones. Addie Brown, who was getting some treatment, now back into the game here for Bill Finley. And she'll get it off the inbound. Addie Brown looking to go back to work the spin, and then the pocket pass inside, but there is a Shola Cott for the erase.
And that's how you rotate on the back side of the defense right here. Charlotte comes down underneath, knowing she couldn't work her way around in front. Just meets Audie Crooks up top.
Here's the catch and fire, front of the iron. That was from Addie Brown. And now a 3-second differential on the game and shot clock here for UCF. Rodriguez into the paint. Rodriguez clutching, and Rodriguez gets a little help from the iron as the freshman able to score it up and in.
What a finish from Emily Rodriguez to go with a little dipsy-do up and under. Audie Crooks, what a play.
Now 7 seconds. Brown bounces it in, it gets taken away. Ring now up here to Shola-Cott. Can Shola-Cott beat the clock? She cannot. And that'll do it for the first 20 minutes of basketball here from in the conference tournament. There's now third quarter action underway. As Mae Brown, the drive inside, and Brown cannot get it to drop. Gets her own rebound, however, and a fresh 20 for UCF. Emily Rodriguez, the freshman. And there with the rebound, Emily Ryan, as the talented point guard here for Iowa State. As Iowa State will conclude the regular season against K-State over the weekend. A misfire by Ryan. Nagodu with the rebound. A little foul trouble for the Knights too, BJ, in that first half. Nagodu sat for a bunch of minutes, and finally, Mae Brown is able to hit the senior from downtown, her first score of the game.
The early offense is where the Knights have found their most success tonight. If it's not the fast break points, it's what we call a secondary break, which is before the defense can get completely matched up. You try to get yourself an open look.
And on the drive, that was Kelsey Jones, but a whistle prior to that as the nudge by Emily Rodriguez. And that's going to be number 3 now on the talented freshman from South Florida. As Bill Fenley's ladies up by 14. Trying the triple, that was Addie Brown.
Emily Ryan took a shot from the outside, and then Addie Brown follows that up with a three-pointer of her own. For Iowa State, you don't want to come out this second half and get too comfortable on the perimeter. Go back to where you know you can be successful, and that's the painted area.
Air ball for Rodriguez, trying to create off the dribble.
Got to duck in with Audie Crooks inside. Got to hit, got to get it.
As the double team now comes and the whistle against UCF, it'll go against a Shoal Akot, who was sliding over to give a little bit of help defensively as Ngodu already playing with 2 fouls for UCF. And if you're Bill Fenley and this Iowa State coaching staff here, BJ, what's kind of the directive as you begin this third quarter?
Don't get comfortable and don't get complacent, right? That's the message, okay? Iowa State is a team, as we mentioned, still on the NCAA tournament bubble. If you're this group, you want to come out this second half and establish this game in your favor, continue to do what you did to have success in the first half. That way, you don't leave this up in the balance. You mentioned having Kansas State next. That is a big-time matchup for them. If they were to win that game, that would probably take them off the bubble and put them more firmly into the NCAA tournament.
Feel like good,
yeah,
a lot better about yourself.
No question, no question. Beating one of the top 2 teams in the Big 12 in Kansas State, a group that's going to be a 3 or a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, that goes a long way for Iowa State's resume.
Peterson flips it over on the right side. How did she get that one to fall? And her first score now here of the second half. She's got 17 right now to lead the way for UCF. It's again a matchup with the top 2 scorers in the league. Crooks with those free throws puts her in double figures.
How did Peterson get this one to go? Just running nearly out of bounds. Able to get to the baseline. It's one of those players that if she can get a shot up, there's a chance that it's going to go in, right? Some players have that knack, and she has it.
And the cross-court pass from Brown to then Caitlin Peterson. Here's the catch and fire, the 3 in and out. That was Jackson, and she'll get the loose ball rebound. And another triple attempt. This one is going to be up and good for Kelsey Jones, who is able to knock it home from downtown.
All created by the second chance opportunity. Not something that Iowa State gets a lot of. They're not a great offensive rebounding team, but when you get your opportunities, you got to make the most of it. It's exactly what Kelsey Jones did.
And that's the 5th 3-point make now here for Iowa State. Shot clock at 8 for Nay Brown, gives it up to Akot. Akot driving, cut off. Good defense for Iowa State. And then Akot will draw the whistle. And that goes against Addie Brown. And here at the 6:50 mark, Coach Satia Messer will go to her bench. Caitlin Peterson will take a seat with her game-high 17 points. Summer Yancey checks in. These Knights have been playing a lot better basketball here in the month of February, trying to close out strong. Let's throw it down to our Danielle Strong, who's got more on head coach Bill Fenley.
Yeah, Scott, Coach Bill said it was actually not by design that he got into coaching. Growing up, he was a kid who always loved to play basketball, but was actually never good. And his high school coach even said to him, maybe you should be a coach. So he got to college, had no intention of pursuing anything in sports. And he actually was pursuing law school, was going to law school. And he had the opportunity to volunteer with the team at William Penn, and he fell in love with it. And he said, the ability to teach this game and the life lessons that come with it, it's been truly a blessing. And, BJ, what has been the biggest lesson you've learned from the game of basketball?
So many things, Danielle. I think the biggest thing is one, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself is so important. Being able to work as a team. Nate Brown right there with a big-time triple. But the teamwork and camaraderie you get from playing any team sport is so important because it carries over to you in so many avenues beyond basketball.
And for Nay Brown, her second 3-point make now here in the early stages of this third quarter. Lob pass to Crooks. She throws out. Here's a triple in the corner. That was Jones. Second effort is Crooks, and she will be fouled. And Kyala Ngodu is exasperated right now. The whistle instead is going to go against Nay Brown. Otherwise, that was going to be number 3 on Ngodu. Coach Satia Messer could ill afford to lose her.
No, you see right here, Nay Brown is the initial defender, and then Ngodu comes over as the secondary. Foul could have went on either of the 2 players, but even with the Nay Brown reaction, she needs to be happy that's called on her and not her starting center, Kyla Ngodu.
Crooks now 61 straight games in double figures. She's the fastest Cyclone to score above 1,000 points in her career. This is just year number 2 in Ames. As an all preseason Big 12 selection, the thievery for Iowa State. Easy score on the other end as Addie Brown was able to free herself up. 53-37 now here for the Cyclones. Brown to the foul line. And she'll get a little help from the iron. Fortuitous bounce. As Nay Brown has now come alive. She's got 8 points, scoreless in the first half.
Yep. Got to her sweet spot, which is a mid-range jumper. She likes that shot off the bounce.
Here's the three-pointer, up and good for Emily Ryan.
You go to that 1-3-1. One of those wing defenders has got to extend, or a shooter like Emily Ryan. It's too easy of a look for a 42% three-point shooter in conference play.
Nagodu squares the shoulders. And a Sholokot offensive rebound. She will be fouled. Flora Sholokot fouled prior to the break.
You know, my sister was a Florida Atlantic graduate. Yep, she's a 2014 Owl. So she's probably rooting for Florida Atlantic tonight.
As the Boca Raton, now does she still live down there?
Nope, she's up in North Carolina with it, so
okay.
Still a Florida Atlantic Owl.
As Akkad unable to take advantage from the free throw line. Again, you see her playing with kind of just one hand, and her shooting hand is that right hand with that bandage. She's got that big thumb wrapped up. Now looking to create. Here's Emily Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, pretty pass downstairs. Ariana Jackson.
It's a nice job of not only looking.
Alyssa Williams checked that rather.
Didn't get stuck looking at the perimeter. Instead, faced the rim and was able to find Williams underneath the bucket.
Shot blocked. Addie Brown, that was on Stedman. The loose change to Nagodu. She'll give to Akkad, who will get fouled. It'll be before the shot, however. As Emily Ryan, one of the best distributors in all of college basketball, the senior from the Sunflower State, the school's all-time assist leader. This is her 148th game in a Cyclone jersey. Going to go down as one of the best all time.
Yeah, a tremendous stat. Sure, there's a lot of her former teammates that are really happy that she's one of the leaders in Iowa State history in assists.
And Sholokot can't find a home. Knights get it back out again. Second effort. Brown probing in, cut off. Pass deflected, here's Nagodu. Nagodu muscling, and Nagodu will draw the foul against Williams.
Bit of an unorthodox, junky possession right there for the Knights, but worked out, able to get the ball down low to Nagodu. Continues to be the epitome of solid and consistent for the UCF Knights.
Yeah, 13 points in the victory against Texas Tech last time out. Had 7 rebounds, a blocked shot, and a steal. She was the #7 ranked player in the state of Florida coming out of high school at Fort Lauderdale Dillard. Able to get the free throws up and in. See the differential tonight from the charity stripe. Now we're going to see some three-quarter court pressure from Satia Messer.
Yeah, we're down 17 late in the third quarter. Got to look to throw some heat on, maybe force a couple turnovers. Look to get out and run.
Addie Brown calls for the screen. Now attacking inside. Stedman going to get called for the foul.
Again, just smart play right there from Brown, able to bait Stedman. Get her hand caught in the cookie jar.
As the Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school in the state of Kansas, Addie Brown, that old freshman team, would have 31 points earlier this year against TCU. Came in tonight, BJ, 8 rebounds away from 500 for her career, just a sophomore. Thus far has 9.
Well, and that's the other thing with the Emily Ryan assist statistic that we just brought up. Addie Brown's well on her way to to giving her a run for her money. If she stays at Iowa State for the entirety of her career, for the full duration, she's going to be up there in total assists, rebounds, and points.
Nagodu battling down with Williams, and she'll draw the foul. Audie Crooks will check in here for Bill Fenley. As Alyssa Williams takes his seat, a former LSU Tiger, before making her way to Ames. And now Nagodu here to the free throw line. With 3:11 left to play, and UCF trying to chop down on this Iowa State lead. And Nagodu silky smooth from the free throw line.
Once again, throwing on three-quarter court press. Iowa State's done a nice job of taking care of the basketball tonight, only 7 turnovers. That would have been a quick 10 there, Scott. We both looked at each other like, I don't know if that was 10 seconds.
And Gina Cross there with the whistle, and now might have been 7 seconds, if that. So directives being had to both coaches.
Yeah,
that shot clock never started. So maybe, there was the 8 seconds. So sits at 22. So now here the inbound, got to get it over, and Caitlin Peterson there to knock it out of bounds. Peterson, the lone Knight in double figures. She's got 17. It's a matchup tonight against the league's top 2 scorers in Crooks and Peterson on this senior night for UCF. Brown, crafty move, taking her time, recognizing the defense, and then just flicking it up and in.
Yeah, does a really great job of keeping her dribble alive, as well as Audie Crooks sealed inside, which allows Addie Brown to maneuver and navigate her way through the paint undeterred.
As the pass inside the diagonal down to Shola Kott, who scores it up and in. And her first field goal here of the evening, post to post for the Knights. Catch and fire. Harris, man, she is absolutely deadly when she squares those shoulders. Her second triple of the night as came in, BJ, shooting nearly 50% from three-point range. And now Peterson here with the quick reset. There's under 2 minutes to play in this third quarter.
Got to get into the creases of that zone.
Peterson stepping through. And Audie Crooks comes down with it. As Iowa State, no easy looks. As challenged by 2 different Cyclones was Peterson. Jackson driving, kicking. Does she have another one? In and out for Harris.
Cannot give Harris a look like that. That thing was down.
Here's Allie Stedman on senior night, is able to put a 3 on the board. And Brown is able to finish at the hoop. As Brown again able to take a look at this Knight defense, manipulate it.
Yeah, just so calm, poised, collected when she gets in the paint. And again, she can go up and over the top of most perimeter defenders. And it's a great touch at the cup. It's a perfect example for the young players out there of playing at your pace, not getting sped up by the defense.
And completes the three-point play as she has had 2 solid games. 2 solid games against UCF in double figures for both. One back in January from Hilton Coliseum, and here tonight in Addition Financial Arena. 1 rebound away from a double-double. Nagodu against Crooks, leaves it short. No whistle. And now Iowa State up into the forecourt. Harris dumps it into Crooks. It'll be knocked out of bounds by a Knight. And Sydney Harris, the former TCU Horned Frog, began her career at Central Michigan. And her first year in Ames, she's been a nice productive score shooting the ball from outside, and Crooks gets the score, and we're watching as Kyla Ngodu perhaps taking an elbow there in the stomach, trying to catch her breath.
Yeah, she's been battling all night down there underneath the hoop. She's drawn the Audie Crooks matchup for the majority of this 30 minutes of basketball, and that is just, it's a full-time fight, man.
And we'll step aside here with 26 ticks left in this third quarter. Iowa State here flexing their muscles. Did we figure out what that was?
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, but Crooks just went over there and what did I say about how
yeah,
she woke up this morning?
Right.
No, she woke up this morning like
Kyla did. Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Teach me how to Dougie.
There you go, Scott.
Yeah.
She's a mean player. She gets
Elbow.
Unobserved will be upgraded to an intentional foul on 55 for Iowa State for excessive contact. UCF will receive 2 shots. Anyone can shoot those, and the ball will go back to UCF at the half court.
Final 26 ticks here of this third quarter. There's going to be an intentional foul levied against Audie Crooks down in the paint, BJ. She has been mixing it up with Kyla Ngodu all night.
Yeah, just threw that right elbow into the stomach of Ngodu. Didn't need to, already had position. Gonna draw the flagrant foul for that.
So Crooks tonight, 15 points, 4 rebounds. And now 2 shots here for UCF. As Ngodu doubling over there. And she's going to remain out of the contest. We'll see who Satia Messer elects to shoot those free throws. It'll be Emily Rodriguez, the freshman for UCF. Her first free throws here of the evening, a 75% free throw shooter on the season. And being tasked to go 30 plus minutes against Audie Crooks is...
It's a tall task.
It's a tall task, it's a big ask.
Bring your lunch pail, all right? Bring your lunch pail and your hard hat. You're dealing with one of the best interior scorers in the Big 12. Got to come ready. If you're Coach Finley, obviously you don't want to see Crooks pick up a flagrant foul, but at the same time, you definitely don't want to take away her aggression and physicality inside in the slightest.
And Nay Brown, the senior here, is going to play for 1 shot as the clock now at 10. Brown, pedal to the metal, then kicks it out. Rodriguez, she'll give it to Ring, and Ring will get the jumper to fall. And that'll do it here for the third quarter of play from Orlando, where Iowa State.
Like Coach Messer, and Coach Messer described their relationship as like a mother and daughter relationship. And Bree's dad, Jason, had an inside joke, said that Bree is Coach Messer's parrot because she's always on her right shoulder. And BJ and Scott, has there been anybody who has been such an influence in your career so far, like Coach Messer has for Bree?
His name is BJ Taylor, and he sits next to me for a lot of these broadcasts. That's a no-brainer for me. I mean, this guy,
man.
His basketball education that I get on a nightly basis, but even just some of the wisdom that he imparts on life. I mean,
it's not about what you do. It's about how well you do it and the energy you put into it. All right? If you sweep floors, be the best street sweeper you can be.
I like that.
Take that with you. Like I always say, take that with you.
We had a Crooks score on the other end, and now Peterson here getting fouled as the whistle was against Jones. And Peterson here on senior night for UCF, her final game inside of this building, now with 18 points. And now Iowa State's, they're gonna have to hustle here.
We've already seen them pick up a 10-second violation already once tonight.
Brown able to navigate. On the drive, here's Jones, gives it out. Jackson triple. And Rodriguez will snare it down herself, and she'll bring it up the floor as here comes Emily Rodriguez. The hesitation move, and Rodriguez can't get the bunny to fall. Was able to get past the first wave of defenders.
Yeah, was able to raise up Kelsey Jones there with a little hesitation. Just a little too hard off the glass.
And the long pass inside to Crooks, draws the foul against the freshman.
That's all day long. If there's going to be any help backside against Audie Crooks, I mean, your defender one-on-one, there's not much a dang ring, even at the 6'5", at her 6'5" height, there's just not much she can do down there.
Well, how about the release of the pass by Emily Ryan?
Yeah.
Recognizing and then just dropping it down into the bucket where Crooks was able to grab it. As the league's top scorer coming into tonight. Brown, nobody gonna guard me. I'm gonna take the triple way off. And there's the easy rebound for Kelsey Jones, as now Iowa State here. They bounce back, what looks to be a bounce back effort. And the lay-in not gonna fall for Kelsey Jones, but cleaning it up. It's an easy task for Addie Brown.
See, a dang ring attempted to go for the rebound in that last possession. She needs to make sure Audie Crooks doesn't get the rebound. Allow one of your teammates to come up with the basketball. Your job is to take Audie Crooks off the board.
Here's a three ball, that was from Jackson. And now the transition the opposite direction as Peterson on that last sequence wanted the foul. There was a lot of contact, didn't get it. And now Rodriguez past Ryan. Rodriguez attacks, and it's going to be before the shot. As count the bucket, Emily Rodriguez.
Finessing her way to the rim, Rodriguez. Ariana Jackson steps over a little too late. The contact, the bump, and the and one.
As the freshman now in double figures here for UCF. As one of the two freshmen that the Knights have been able to get back here in the rotation after missing a slew of games throughout the month of January and February, both her and Summer Yancey. Full court pressure now here for Satia Messer. And Emily Ryan here, the 1,500+ point scorer in her career.
Again, one-on-one inside.
And Crooks with the left hand as the spin and the easy lay-in for Audie Crooks. Just feeling the go-to on her backside, and
give a lot of credit to Iowa State. They know where to find her. They know where she should be. But again, if you're Neve Brown on the backside seat here, you got to come over and help. You know, Audie Crooks is the leading scorer in the Big 12 for a reason. At that point, the player that you're defending is secondary. That's the primary threat.
And Crooks' ability just to front her woman, get position quickly.
Great agility.
Another score here for Crooks, 77-56, Iowa State.
You know, Scott, just common sense.
I didn't feel like she was very, like Nagodu was. I just think she's going through the motions on that particular.
Well, she's demoralized now. She's lost all confidence, and her teammates are just watching her fight with.
Like who else is going to do it though? Who else is going to battle against her?
Please come help me.
Yeah.
I promise you, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
If there was a player that I really just couldn't guard.
Be like, guys, you try it.
Yeah. Or at least when she gets the ball, like if we were playing pickup in the gym, you wouldn't just sit here and watch.
Correct.
Her
you go to the well every single time.
You would come over and start double teaming and trapping, doing something.
You said Crooks package?
I mean, she's 23 points on 8 of 11. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Addie Brown still hasn't gotten that 10th rebound.
No, she hasn't.
Okay. All right. That tells me nobody's told her. You know, Scott?
7 of 10 from the field. Audie Crooks with 22 points against UCF back in late January. That from Hilton Coliseum. Tonight in Addition Financial Arena, she's got 23 points, and she's been nearly unstoppable every time she gets in the paint, BJ.
Yeah, the paint prowess of Crooks, truly one of a kind, the best in the Big 12. Her teammates do an excellent job of finding her, but she has an outstanding combination of using her body, but also agility and twinkle toes to finish around the rim. Her balance and just soft touch at the rim is truly what makes her special, right? There's a lot of players that can get the ball around the rim like she does and aren't as soft putting that ball up on the rim as she is. She has a great touch around the rim.
And she was a bit of a rim protector there as Nave Brown looking as if she had the easy lay-in. There was Crooks who was nearing in, and I think she thought Crooks was going to attempt and get some contact, and instead, Nave Brown just misfired on the lay-in completely. And again, that pressure here for Satia Messer.
That's a part of the trouble Iowa State's had in some of their losses, right? You know, they don't have a lot of rim protection. As good as Audie Crooks is offensively, Emily Ryan's gonna get to the free throw line. But they don't have a lot of rim protection. Only block about 2 shots a game, all right? Barely up over 4 steals per game in conference, right? So what does that say? They're not protecting the rim at a high level, and they're not forcing a lot of turnovers to go the other way and create offense. So, you know, Coach Finley's team defensively has to be very, very sound in forcing misses and coming down with defensive rebounds because they do not play a defensive style predicated to turn defense into offense.
Free throws 19 and 20 here tonight for Iowa State. They have been nearly perfect from the stripe, as UCF will close out their regular season out on the road against Ronald Huey's Houston Cougars, as UCF will get the first matchup a couple weeks ago here from Orlando. As the Knights entered here tonight, that number 13 position in the conference standings. There's the up and under for Ashola Cott, is able to drop it into the bucket.
And there you go, Ashola Cott, right? 6'1" forward being defended by Addie Brown. Really more of a perimeter player, even at her size. Take advantage.
And a 10-second violation, as Audie Crooks unable to get it past the stripe.
Second 10-second violation of the night. The Knights' pressure has been relatively effective.
20-point advantage right now here for the Cyclones, who currently sit in the number 6 hole right now, the 16-team lead. There's the 3 ball from Nay Brown off the mark.
And once again, Crooks being defended one-on-one inside.
There's the freshman cannot contain Audie Crooks. This time Mahogany Chandler Roberts giving it a go. And now up to 25 points on the day for Audie Crooks. And Emily Rodriguez slashing to the hole. Was able to get it up and in with the left hand, and Emily Rodriguez.
Once again, Rodriguez able to come off that screen, able to use a bit of quickness, right? Split that screen. Audie Crooks, yeah, Audie Crooks not the fastest player laterally. A young player who's still growing in her game, already mature in terms of physicality, frame. Does a good job finishing around the paint, but as we said, once she develops a consistent outside shot, she'll become a true 3-level scorer.
One of 2 Knights in double figures here tonight, along with Peterson. And the inbound gonna get ricocheted off the hands of Emily Ryan out of bounds. A 19-point deficit. One thing though, BJ, throughout the course of this game, went into intermission with Iowa State shooting 60% from the floor.
Yeah.
They've been able to maintain.
Oh yeah, no, 60% from the floor. Nearly 40% from the 3-point line. Those are excellent numbers. Minimal turnovers, under 10 for the night. So offensively, this is what Coach Finley wanted to see his team bounce back as after that loss to Baylor. Is Chandler Roberts, again, attacking Audie Crooks.
That's right.
Second time we've seen that now. Emily Rodriguez off the screen was able to attack Crooks, and then now Chandler Roberts.
Before the shot, however, it's going to be UCF basketball. Bucket side left.
Boy, that looked like she was in the shooting motion, didn't it,
Certainly
Scott?
did. And Chandler Roberts unable to swoop in. You would have gotten that call, though, right?
You know, I did the best I could. It's like you talk to the officials before. Well, you talk to the officials before the game, right? Try to learn names as best as possible.
Got to buddy up with them.
Yeah. How's the family doing?
Sure.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
How's the New Year treating you?
You look good. Did you lose weight?
Too much.
That's too much?
Too much. Okay. Now they know you're buttering them up.
Did you just get a haircut?
I like that. That's more like it. There's a fine line between buttering up and going too far.
And will they be able to detect it?
Most will.
Yeah.
You know. But if you ask about the family, you're always good. You can never go wrong.
And if you can remember a name
Right.
of a child. Yes.
How's your son Jake doing? He doing? Oh,
right.
Good to hear. Gotta be in middle school by now.
So the 22-year-old BJ Taylor was able to have these conversations with.
It's why I led the conference in free throw attempts.
Sometimes 50, 60-year-old men.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive.
And he attempted 15 free throws in the game tonight. Wonder why.
Crooks with 27 points here on the day. Rodriguez, she'll step into a three and hit with a woman in her mug. Emily Rodriguez gets the triple to fall, the 5th of the evening for UCF. Is there an answer? You betcha, as Sydney Harris, the three-pointer up and good, and the junior hits her 3rd of the game. She's been an assassin when she has stepped out onto the floor. Timeout right now, 5:01 here left to play.
Yeah, and then this right here, a little inside-out action from Crooks to Harris. If you're Rodriguez in that scenario, you just caught no man's land, right? You know, you're gonna come down and double Crooks. You got to come down and double. If not, you got to stay out on the perimeter. But it's a bit of the pick your poison game that when Iowa State's playing at their best, they can put defenses in compromising positions, right? You know what Crooks can do inside in the post. Addie Brown attacks the paint as good as anyone in the league, and then they have shooters like Harris and Jackson on the outside.
Yeah, you look up and down the roster, they've got ladies that can shoot it from distance.
Yeah.
And they've been able to do it throughout the course of the season. 4 ladies now in double figures for Iowa State. Sydney Harris with 11 tonight. Came in averaging 7.5 as 3 long balls, and out of the Coach Fenley timeout. UCF basketball here with 5 minutes remaining. As weaving was Peterson stepping out on the baseline. A hook is going to be levied here against Kyala Ngodu. And now Audie Crooks to the free throw line.
See right in the middle of the screen, a little full court pressure from the Knights, and then you see that left arm's just wrapped around the back of Audie Crooks. That's a no-no.
Audie Crooks came in to tonight, BJ, for Iowa State. She's attempted 185 free throws. Here this evening, she has been nearly flawless, 10 of 12 from the charity stripe. So one, can she score down low in a variety of ways?
Correct.
But then you got double poison here, because then she can go and knock them down from the free throw line.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the best way to defend her is you got to send a double immediately, or you have to have a larger player inside, like a Sedona Prince at TCU, Ioka Lee for Kansas State, somebody who can deal with her a little better one-on-one.
Look at the crafty move by the veteran, as on one end, she takes it away from the freshman, Emily Rodriguez. On the other end, she recognizes, still has her dribble, crosses up, and got what might have been the easiest score of the night.
Very smart, heady player. I'm sure she'll have a career in basketball after her collegiate career is done, but Emily Ryan will be coaching in some capacity when her playing days are over.
Sydney Harris getting fouled by Ashola Cott. And that's going to be fouls, double bonus now here for Iowa State. Let's throw back over to our Danielle Strong on the sideline, who's got more on Audie Crooks, who is nearing a 30-piece tonight.
Yeah, Scott, as Addie Brown and Audie Crooks are having their own kind of duo tonight, they have their own special pregame routine. When I got to talk to Addie, she told me that they both pray before every game, and before they start to announce the final lineup, they pray to God to give them the strength to help them have a good game. And, you know, they said they both rely on their faith a lot, and to share that with a teammate is definitely special. And, BJ, what was your pregame routine when you played at UCF?
Yeah, the number one thing, more than getting into the entire routine, was just consistency. Right, you try to keep everything the same as much as possible. You know, you have a road routine, shoot arounds a little bit earlier, get back to the hotel, pregame meal, and then at home, a little later shoot around. But you want to try to eat the same food, same meal, nothing that throws off your mojo.
Was there a locker room snack or like a candy that you enjoyed in the locker room prior to the game?
No, we were nuts and bolts. Grilled chicken, pasta, greens. Nice shot right there by Rodriguez on the baseline. And yeah, that was it. Pasta with the marinara sauce, man. Even at home.
Not like a
Grilled chicken.
strawberry starburst.
Nah, man, I wasn't that guy. Yeah. Some guys were like that. Some guys had like peanut butter and jelly before games. You know, there were a lot of guys in the pros that did different things. What a finish from Ryan.
Indeed it was. Emily Ryan. She in double figures. Quickly the other end is Caitlin Peterson. 4 Cyclones here in double figures. 3 minutes left to play in the game as Iowa State, for the second time against UCF, has hit the 90-point plateau as the game back on the 25th. 90-56 Cyclones. And spoiling senior night here this evening is Iowa State. Emily Ryan thought she might get the foul. And now Brown on the other end is able to get her 3rd triple here of this second half.
And a nice push right there from Ashala Cott. That was something that coming into the season, Satia Messer wanted to see her do more of, was handle that ball with pace like that in transition. It looks pretty good when she's under control.
Whistle against Ashola Cott. And Coach Finley is going to have a wave of new Cyclones stepping out on the floor here. As starters, Knights are done. As Audie Crooks here tonight with 2:14 left in the game. Crooks has 29 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. And Emily Ryan now here to the free throw line for Iowa State. So they've done some damage here throughout the course of the game once they've gone to the free throw line. As 3 decades coaching Iowa State basketball, Bill Fenley, this is year number 30. As 620 and 323 all time, as 22 trips to the NCAA tournament, trying to make it 5 consecutive. This was definitely one of those almost must-win sort of games with them being on the bubble.
Yeah, this sets them up nicely. As we mentioned, going into the Kansas State bout, that's a huge opportunity for the Cyclones, right? Because, you don't get that one. Still going to be teetering on the bubble, last 4 in, first 4 out area, and then that's going to require them to win a few games in the Big 12 tournament. So have an amazing opportunity in the season finale against the K-State Wildcats.
Here with the rock is Hansford. Now gives it up, checking in, Ali Tanky. Misfire, and now the outlet up ahead. Here is Peterson running the floor, but can't get the easy chip shot to fall. And we now have 80 ticks here remaining in the basketball game. Driving, getting fouled is Kelsey Jones. And a bounce-back effort here for Iowa State after falling 67-52 to Baylor on Saturday. As Iowa State closing in on a century of points. It'll be a happy plane ride home back to Hilton Coliseum.
Been a good year of basketball for Iowa State. Men's team doing exceptionally well, have been top 15 the entire season. Coach Finley and TJ Otzelberger on the men's side. It's got Cyclone basketball in a great place.
And there's a reason why that place is as rabid as it is on a game-to-game basis, both the men's and the women's. There's a little bit of thievery here for Kelsey Jones. Jones driving, gonna get fouled as we take another look at the tournament bracket. If things ended today, this prior to the contest, obviously, UCF, they're that number 13 seed, Iowa State, number 7. They came in tonight, number 6 in the conference standings.
A lot of talent, right? And TCU down there at the 2 spot. a group that definitely has plans to push into a Sweet 16, possibly an Elite 8. Talked about Kansas State and how well they've done. Serena Sundell leading the way as one of the more complete players in the conference.
I should say West Virginia, the number 6 pole position right now.
West Virginia, terrific guard in the backcourt. Quinterly, super fast, super quick. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun in the Big 12. Baylor, a lot of people's favorite.
Well, TCU and Baylor right now,
you know,
identical marks.
Yeah. Baylor's so good on the defensive end, but TCU is so complete. They have a point guard, they have an outstanding shooter, and they have an interior scorer in Prince.
Rodriguez hanging. And a tough shot. She's had quite the second half here for UCF.
Scoring hadn't been a problem tonight for a nice team, you know, throughout the season where it's been kind of the Peterson show at times. They've got what they wanted offensively. This Cyclone offense has just been tremendous, as I would have put them in triple figures.
21 points here tonight for Emily Rodriguez. Megan Wilson was trying to get to the hundo. Lobbing inside, it comes to Williams. There was Nagodu, and UCF here, 15 seconds remaining. And now Iowa State can just dribble this one out and get their 20th victory of the season as they come into Orlando and spoil senior night. As Bill Fenley's ladies, they were impressive throughout the entirety, as hovering around 60% shooting on the day.